guys, it is Naturally Awkward, aka Jasmine, and I'm back with another video. And so today I'm gonna give you my top 7 tips on how to cloth diaper through an emergency event, a natural disaster. I don't know, all those different things that can happen. This week has been rough for those of us down here in Texas. I went with over 30 hours without power. My power has been restored for about 24 hours at this point. There are people who still do not have power. So we are still struggling down here. I'm eternally grateful that I have power, but we have been conserving so those other people can hopefully get their power soon. So we're keeping the AC low. Haven't been able to wash clothes. Not using any major appliances. But despite us not using those things, our water pressure is very low, so we don't have much water. I can't do a load of laundry, on top of the fact that I don't want to use it for putting too much pressure on the grid, for my house anyways. But we also don't have a lot of water, and the water is tainted, and we have to boil to do everything. And so I just boiled a huge pot and did the dishes, and it was pretty difficult to do. So that's what we're going through right now. Now, if you're a cloth diapering mom, I just want to give you some tips and tricks that could have helped me this week had I known what we were about to go through. Now, a lot of natural disasters you can't particularly plan. You don't know when an earthquake is going to happen or a tsunami and stuff like that, right? But I'm down south. I grew up in Houston. We had some warning as far as hurricanes. We had some warning as far as the snowstorm. We didn't know how bad it was going to be, but I doubt anyone is going to not take this seriously in the future. Just to give you some tips, if you know some bad weather is coming, even if you don't know, some of these tips will work after the fact. But the first tip that I have is going to be if you know something is happening, and that is to do your laundry. Wash your load of cloth diapers, so as you are going into this situation, you have your full load clean. We did a lot to prep. We got food. We already have a lot of water here. We use reusable containers. I try to stay green as much as possible. I do more than just cloth diapering. I do a lot. So we have gallons that we just reuse and go fill up. So we had a lot of water already. We've been good there. But I did not have my cloth diapers fully washed in advance. This was a bit of a killer for us. And this was just more out of what's easy, because, I have a lot of all-in-ones, and those are obviously the easiest, but those are the first to go after a load of laundry. So we had a lot of flats and covers available. But you want to go in with everything that you have so you can be ready for the long haul. Because I still cannot do laundry today as I'm recording this. So in hindsight, I should have done laundry probably on Valentine's Day so that I would have been ready for this hell week that it has been. And I didn't. But if you know in advance, always make sure your cloth diapers are washed. Number 2, make sure you have a large supply of flats and covers. Like I just said, you're going to use your all-in-ones pretty quickly. Those are the easiest, right? You can just grab those and go. You don't have to think too much. But with flats and covers, it's perfect. I'm going to show you what I mean. This is a flat. I have it folded and everything. This is how I stored them. But you can use these, and you can reuse a cover. As long as poop doesn't get on it or really pee or anything, you can continue to reuse these, and all you're replacing is this. So if you're in a situation where you don't have water and you can't do laundry, then this is your best option to get you through. Okay? So definitely invest in covers and flats. They're the cheapest way, pretty much almost the cheapest way that you can cloth diaper. Number one. And number two, if you're ever in a sticky situation, it's going to last you the longest. Now, my third tip is, let's say you have covers available, but you've completely run out of flats. Okay, there are alternatives that you can use, and some people use this already to cloth diaper cheaply. And you can use t-shirts. Like, cotton is pretty absorbent, so cotton t-shirts. You can use towels. You can really improvise on this. I mean, use some shirts you don't care about anymore, cut them up, put them in here, or do the different kinds of folds. I'll link below how to do the kite fold, which is one of the easier ones, and you're good to go. Okay, now let's say you run out of everything and it's over. You're still in this situation. You can't do laundry, any of that. This is something you should do today. Go get some disposable diapers and just store them. My baby's bottom has not touched a disposable diaper since she was born, and she just touched her other one today because we're pretty much out at this point. Okay, now getting these disposable diapers wasn't particularly easy. My husband had to walk to the store because we couldn't drive. But there is a store really close to us that he was able to walk, but everyone isn't in this situation. So in hindsight, just like my tip number one to make sure your laundry is done, I think in general it's just a good idea to have some disposable diapers on hand, not that you'll use, but in case of emergency. So now that you've run out of your whole stock and you can't wash anything, you have those disposable diapers to use to save you. You need to do, you might not have water, right? We've discussed that. And I know some people clean their poopy diapers in the toilet. They have the spray that you can connect, the I don't know what it's called. You know what I mean if you use it. So you can use that. There's multiple ways to clean poop off of diapers, right? I'll link the video below on the trick that I use. But you can use paper towels or biodegradable inserts also. And all you do with those is take them out and you can throw them away because, the biodegradable ones will degrade and won't be in a landfill until we die, like diapers. Or you can use paper towels, which is a way I use just to be more economical, economically friendly. And so I recommend you to also have these on hand, even if it's not something you normally use. Why? We don't have water. What if you can't flush the toilet and you can't wash your cloth diapers? So now you have a diaper sitting here with poop for 5 or 6 days and no one wants to clean that, right? When it's time to actually wash them, no one wants to do that. It's gross. So if you have those inserts there, your diapers are sitting there, right? But they're not accumulating bacteria and potentially maggots and all those other things that come onto waste when it just sits there for days. Because you're going to be way past your normal time of doing laundry, right? So this is another huge tip that I would definitely recommend in general, and stock up on a few warm things for baby. If your baby is below 1 year old and you safely sleep them like you're supposed to, they're supposed to be in a crib with nothing else. No blankets, no bumpers, no pillow, no teddy bears. They should be by themselves on their back. If they roll over, then go for it, right? They can then control that. But as infants and things, they need to be laid on their back, right? And the whole idea of that is to help prevent SIDS. So my main concern through this We have the zip up blankets where you put the baby in it and zip it up so it's safe. I'll link that below too in case anyone's interested in those, but they're amazing and they are safe, and your baby basically has like a wearable blanket, right? But those became dirty over time. We had nothing. I couldn't just sit her in the crib because the house was like 40 degrees. And so you end up in a situation where, okay, maybe I will have to use a blanket. But then I couldn't sleep because I had to sit there and watch her and make sure she was okay. I mean, nights were horrendous. Our house got into the 40s 2 nights in a row. We were getting sick. We had to insulate a whole room. We put covers over our windows, and my kids have a bunk bed, and we surrounded it with covers. It was like a fort. We tried to make it fun for them, like, oh, you get to sleep in a fort, because as parents, you want to protect your kids from the reality of the situation. And so it was warm in there for them, but as a parent, you're concerned about your kids. So I didn't sleep for 2 days. I had to watch my babies, under a blanket to make sure she was safe the whole night, because it was survival mode and that's all I could do, even though I knew it wasn't particularly safe if no one was watching her, but I was watching the whole time. And my last tip after all of those is to just stay strong. You got this. You are gonna make it. It's not over yet. We have a hard freeze tonight. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like a minor case of PTSD. Like, what's next? Please, lights don't go out. It's like you get lights for 30 minutes and then they're gone. So it's like you don't even want to get excited. But this will be our last night to get through with the freezing weather, and then we made it. And so stay strong, whatever you're going through in your part of the world. You got this. Use my tips. This is coming from someone who went through it this week, and in hindsight, what I wish I could have done or what I should have done if I would have been smart. And I really, really hope this helps you. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe so you can get more content on cloth diapering, natural parenting, and if you're a black girl out there, natural hair too. So stick around, and it was nice to meet you guys. Bye.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Whoa!
we have an activity. Let's get ready to rumble!
Sympathy. Alarm off. Warning.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Stop.
Not responding.
ow.
Oh. From Looney Tunes, is that the one?
Y'all ready for this?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.